Are you in the market for a new microphone or maybe an additional microphone for your setup? Let's check out the Movo UM6. And as a buddy of mine would say, if that's something you're into, stick around. First off, I want to start out by saying Movo did not send me this microphone to review. A subscriber, Miss K from Miss K's TV, sent me this. She is a wonderful person. I will leave a link in the description down below to her channel. Go check it out. Thank you very much, Miss K. I will give my 100% honest review and reaction on this item as always. Thank you very much. So let's talk about some of the things that come with the UM6. You get a to C cable. You get a C to C cable. You get XLR cables, which is really cool because a lot of microphones do not come with XLR cables. I'm glad that this one does. For anyone who's picking up this microphone, who's upgrading, who may need XLR cables to begin with, this one comes with one. And the microphone itself, that is what came in the box. You had a user manual as well. This is an all metal build. It is on the boom arm already because I got ahead of myself and opened up the box without filming the unboxing. My bad. But this is what it looks like. All metal build. It feels real nice. This is XLR and USB. It does come with this shock mount. It has like a handheld microphone head on it, which is kind of weird, but I do like the look of it. I like it. It's shiny on the inside. I like shiny things. So there you go. It does have a magnetic pop filter on it. So, but it's kind of loose. It's a weak magnetic, but it can be a little loose. But that is what comes in the box. Let's actually test this out in XLR first. So let's see what it sounds like. All right, we have the UM6 hooked up, running through the Rodecaster Duo, no processing. This is what it sounds like right out the box. I think it has a nice warm sound. It has a nice inviting sound. That may be the best description I could give to this microphone. It's nice and inviting and warm. It has a nice sound. That's really all I can say about it. However, I do want to say that my experience with this microphone may be different than your experience with this microphone, and that's with any microphone that I review at all, because I am in a semi-treated room. My voice is different than yours. Make sure that when you're thinking about buying a microphone that you take all these things into consideration with a reviewer when they're reviewing a microphone. All right, this is the Movo UM6. I'm going to do some tests with it. Let's do a plosive test. Please do not put pineapple on pizza. Please just don't put pineapple on pizza. Don't do it. And not bad with plosives. You do get some when you're speaking directly into it. But again, good mic technique takes care of that. Please don't put pineapple on pizza. Please do not put pineapple on pizza. I'm going to say that every time, by the way, because pineapple does not belong on pizza. Just saying. How about a sound resonance? I'm going to tap on my desk. I'm going to tap on the boom arm and the microphone itself. There's a good amount of sound resonance. I can see things spiking. With this being 48 volts of phantom power, I do have my air conditioner running. I'm going to be really quiet, see if you can hear it. Maybe. You may be able to pick it up if you crank up the volume just a little bit. All right. That is your plosive sound resonance. How about a proximity? I'm going to get right up on this microphone. This is what it sounds like when you get right up on it and you sound that really Barry White radio voice that you want. Then you're at a good speaking distance. Then a good foot away. And then probably about 2 feet away at this point. And that is what your proximity sounds like. How about sound rejection? All right, you got the microphone talking right into it. We are at a 90-degree angle. You're going to get some handling noise. I am right behind the microphone. This is what it sounds like back at 90 degrees. And we are back in front. That is a handling noise and sound rejection. So that is what that sounds like in XLR. Let's switch things over to USB and see if it sounds any different at all. All right, we have the microphone hooked up in USB mode, and this is the sound you're going to get. From the headphone monitoring, there is a slight difference between the Rodecaster and the microphone headphone monitoring, but not a huge difference. I actually really enjoy the preamp on the headphone monitoring on this one. It's better than a lot of microphones out there. There is no delay, so that's a plus. Now you do get some options with this microphone when in USB mode that you don't get in XLR. I'm going to show those to you right now. These are some of the buttons on top of the microphone. You have your mute button, which is the first one right here. It's a double tap. You double tap it and it mutes the microphone. You saw it turn red there. That means you're muted. You have your headphone monitoring and your gain, and this is simple. It's a simple swipe. It's on the headphone, but if I want it on my gain, and you simply scroll right here. It's a touch sensitive. You can control it by touch, by sliding it, or just using the plus or minus button on the microphone. You also have a high pass filter and a mid gain boost. So let's turn on. This is the mid boost. So we have the mid boost on right now, and if I want to slide it over to also turn on the low pass filter. I'm sorry, the high pass filter. This is the high pass filter right now. So there you have it. Now let's do both. There we go. We have both of those on. I actually like the sound with both on, but if you want both off, you just double tap it and you turn them both off. So that is the buttons on your Movo UM6. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back, listen to everything I already recorded, and come back with my final thoughts. And now for my final thoughts. I did say I was going to leave this microphone in USB mode through the rest of the video. However, when listening to playback, there was this high-pitched, like, electrical thing that I did not want to continue with it. So I switched back over to XLR. I don't know if this was a bad wire or something. It could be a one-off thing. However, with this microphone, I did not want to test it going any further, so it's in XLR. My final thoughts is I think that this does sound really nice in XLR. It does sound nice in USB. However, it did have that little high-pitched hum or high-pitched something. I'm not quite sure what it was. Like I said, it could be a one-off with this particular microphone. I do not know. You can find this on Amazon right now for around $100, $110, somewhere around there. It does sound good. Whether it's good enough to pick up for that price, that is a decision for you. I just gave you the best review of this microphone, testing it with my voice in my semi-treated room. So you have to make the decision if this microphone is good enough at that price point for you. All right. That does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. Again, I want to thank Miss K at Miss K's TV for sending this microphone over. It is a very nice microphone in XLR. USB, had that high pitch. Like I said, not sure if it was a one-off with this one or not. But thank you very much. Everybody go check out Miss K. Alright, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek, and remember, if I don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.